Hi, my name is Manuela, and I have been thinking about what I can talk to you about, basically, in terms of blogging and how to, I guess, start your own online presence. And I have been, kind of coming up with an idea. So I thought I'll just try it out and see what happens. So today I want to start off with a quote that I have posted on my Instagram, as you can see here. And it's one of my favorite quotes from George Bernard Shaw. And it goes, "Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself." And the reason why I chose this quote to start this hopefully ongoing series with is it kind of reflects what I have been going through. And I feel that probably everybody goes through this at some point in their life. And the reason why I'm bringing this quote up as a starting point is because blogging for me and writing and I guess like creating an online presence is all about creating something. And most people who blog might not necessarily blog about themselves, but they will blog about their experiences, right? So I find that that's what life is about. It's about our journey. It's about what we experience and what that leads to, so basically our life journey. And along the way, we learn a lot. We make a lot of mistakes. And, it's part of the learning. So the reason why I think it's important is that we all look at ourselves and we kind of like figure out what it is that we want to do and where we want to go. And I think that's a critical point for everybody, that comes and goes in their lives. And I think what I want to say today to you in this video is, we all go through crises in our lives, and when we go through it, of course, it's hard and it's not great and it doesn't feel great, certainly. But we all learn something during our crisis. And looking back at my life, I really can say that every crisis has helped me to figure out or to get closer to what I eventually wanted to do next. So to give you an example, after finishing my training as an early years practitioner or early years teacher in Germany, I didn't really know what I wanted to do right away. So I thought, okay, I don't really want to like start work, as in like just the normal life. So I kind of like took some time off and just did a part-time job. And then I kind of felt, actually, I want to go somewhere else. I want to see a different place because I got I felt kind of stuck where I was, even though I love my home and, I love all the people there. But at that stage in my life, I just kind of felt that. And so I decided to work as a nanny in America for a year. So I worked in Washington, D.C. for a year. And looking back now, it was one of the best decisions I'd ever made. I mean, it was hard to make that decision at the time because I'd never lived anywhere else apart from Germany for a long time. And I knew I would be on my own and I wouldn't know anyone there. So it was a tough decision, but it really, really paid off. And I cannot tell you how great it was and how much I learned about myself, what I wanted to do, my passions, the world, a different culture, how many great people I met who influenced me as well hugely. So it's all those things that really catapult you into the next stage of your life, I would say, or the next step in your life. And so coming back to the quote, I feel like, it's not about finding yourself, because you already know who you are, but it's about creating that person that you ideally want to be, or that life that you ideally want to live. And you kind of know it inside of you already, but sometimes it takes different experiences, meeting different people, or, different steps in your life to get to that. And certainly for me, that was the case. So the reason also why I believe this quote is very true is that we are kind of responsible for our lives and what we do with it. It's given to us, and we can do certain things with it. Some people, of course, are more restricted than others, but I still do believe that we have that power to do, if we really feel passionate about something, that we can follow that through in our lives. And so for me, that brings me to the next step, or the next point that I want to raise in this video, is that blogging for me became, an important part of my life. Probably, after I came back from the US, I started studying. I did my degree in early years education, and then I decided to move to London, and had a great experience there, and I still live there now. And I started to become more and more interested in writing, and I took this journalism summer course at the School of Journalism in London, and after that I kind of developed this interest in writing, and then a few years later, after having done another degree in special needs education, I finally got into blogging through WordPress training, which I did with ClickDo, and that really was the point where I finally felt that I had arrived, and could finally do something where I could really bring my knowledge and my passion into, and I could just express all of those things in the blog, basically. So, this quote really for me reflects that, what a blog can do for you if you really, put your energy into blogging, or if, creating a website or whatever it is that you are passionate about. I really do believe that it has that power, and it can give you that fulfillment as well, to either, share your passion, or build something online, or I don't know, like even just sharing some kind of knowledge that you have or skill that you have. It could be so many things that you could do through a blog. And I feel like this is really what is part of our life, is, creating yourself, and then in those ways, creating your life, basically. And this is something that I strongly care about, and that's why I want to show you, because most of the people that might know me or might have read my name somewhere, they know that I blog a lot about how to blog, how to start a blog, how to create a website, and also how to build that as a side hustle, or even to make money blogging. So I can quickly show you my articles that I have written about that recently. So here is the guide about how to start a blog and make money blogging, the 5-step guide. And You know, in this guide, I really just highlight all the different aspects of blogging and how they can help you turn it into, you know, something that you can really earn money with along the way. Of course, not immediately. It takes time, and I'm not going to lie, it takes work and, you know, passion and consistency. But if you do it regularly, and if you learn the skills that we teach at SeakaHost University, which I will come to in a minute, then it can really work. And I wouldn't be saying this if I hadn't done it myself. So this is one of the guides I have written, and you know, you feel free to check it out. And then there's another guide here about 20 ways on how to make money blogging. So the reason why I write these guides is because I want to help people understand the potential that is in the online world, because I have experienced it myself, luckily, and, you know, through ClickDo and through my work with ClickDo, I, you know, luckily have been exposed to that. But I do believe there are a lot of people who still don't know about it, maybe, or might not necessarily believe in it. And what I want to say to you is, you know, it's all about having a hobby, maybe. So if you have a hobby, or if you are really good at something and people keep telling you, man, you should really, you know, use that online to share it with more people. I honestly believe the best way to do that is a blog. Obviously, a lot of people use YouTube as a platform now, and certainly, you know, we all love watching videos. So that is definitely a good platform to use as well. However, the best way to go forward is to have multiple online presences that represent you, because you are not just one role in your life, right? You play different roles in your life. So, you know, I'm a daughter, and I'm a friend, and I'm an employee, and, you know, I'm a neighbor. I'm so many roles in one person, and the same applies to you. So why should you only have one online presence when you represent so many things in one person? So that's why I want to show you also what I do is, you know, obviously I have a main blog, which is my personal blog. So this is my personal blog here. And here I mainly write about blogging and content writing, because that's what I mainly do right now. SEO as well. So that's another aspect. So my articles are mainly about those topics. And as you can see, you know, I've started this blog probably 1 year back, I think, or 1.5 years back. And, you know, I did it part-time because I was still working as a teacher. And now, as you can see, it's growing, because down here you can see now this post had over 2,000 views, and I'm quite proud of that, because, you know, I haven't put up much on this blog yet, so I'm very chuffed about anyone who reads my articles, of course, and I hope that they can inspire people and help people, and, you know, give them something that they're looking for. So this is my personal blog. This is where I share most of my kind of expertise as a content writer and blogger. But then I also have, you know, obviously a passion for education, because I'm a trained early years educator, and I've been doing that for the past nearly 20 years. So so that's why about 2 years ago I started this blog here, which is the education blog. And on this blog I cover, well, education, but with generally a focus on more of the digital side of education and the virtual side of education. So as you can see, you know, digital marketing in education is, for example, one article, or obviously challenges in education from COVID, which is remote learning. And then, we have different topics as well about different countries offering best education in the world. So I try to cover lots of different aspects about education on here, but my main focus is on, kind of e-learning and I guess, apps, learning via apps, learning via games, which I think will become much more important in the future as well. So that's another online presence where I kind of like do that. And then, I feel like I just want to let you know that no matter what kind of blog you start, it should really reflect your passion. So as you saw, those things are what I care about and what I am kind of an expert in because I worked in that field and I studied that field. So I feel like, yes, I have some expertise in it. And then another thing that is very important to me is the environment. And of course, we all probably now become much more aware of it because it's becoming a huge part of our lives, I guess. And that's why I started this blog here. I haven't really put up much on there yet. There's just a few articles on here yet. But I feel like I just want to share with people, how can we improve our lifestyle? What can we change about our lifestyle that is really easy to do and doesn't really require a lot of changes, but still makes a big difference, basically. And that's what I try to do, at least. And I'm really a big fan of companies who are like into that and who try to change things through their products and through the way they do business. And that's why I wrote this article here about the best eco-friendly products, because I feel like we can make such a big difference by just changing the way we shop, for example. And I could go on and on about it, but basically you get the gist. So this is another way via a blog how I express my passion and what I care about. So that's the idea basically. And what I want to say to you before I end this video, is I care about learning very much, as you might have been able to tell. And I'm kind of responsible for SeekaHost University, where together with SeekaHost, the web hosting company, we feature basically digital marketing skills. So we provide courses that cover, SEO, Facebook remarketing, blogging, and Google Ads and content writing, because, coming back to where I started, we feel really strongly about enabling people to have their own online presence and to really just express themselves in whatever way they can. So, I also want you to understand that a blog doesn't have to just be the written word. It can be very visual with lots of images or videos. There's so many different formats of blogs out there right now, and they should reflect who you are and what you want to do and what you care about or what you want to share with people. So that's why we cover, how you can build a blog very easily, how you can use WordPress, which is, the content management system that we mainly use, and that we recommend because it's just the best, out there for SEO and also for just in terms of using it. And it's the best one out there at the moment. I've written articles about that as well, if you want to check on that. So anyway, I just want to let you know that if you feel that there is something you want to do and you want to change something in your life, or you just want to start writing, or you just want to start a kind of online diary or whatever it is, or online journal, start a blog. It's really not hard. We have everything here, and I highly encourage everyone to do that. So going back to my quote, I think that's what I want to say to you. It's life is about creating yourself, and there is there are so many ways to create yourself, but I strongly believe that creating a website or creating a blog is a great starting point to anything else that you want to achieve, or that you want to maybe learn or change about your life. And I think that's my main message for today. I also want to let you know that, every week now I will I will try and do a video like this where I show you my favorite quote, and then I'll tell you about my goals for the week. So obviously for the coming week, my goal based on this quote is to I will just continue to work on those blogs that I showed you. I've already updated some articles on the education blog this week, and I will continue to do that next week. And the same with my personal blog. I need to update some of my content on there because, every time I publish something somewhere, I need to interlink it again. So blogging is very complex, and it can be very time consuming. But that's the beauty of it as well. It's like really challenging, and it's a very creative process as well. And once you learn a bit more about SEO, you will understand how it works as well, to kind of like cross-reference what you do on the web. So basically that's my goal for next week, to work on the education blog, on my personal blog, on the Green Living blog, and to add more content that I have published elsewhere. So as you saw, I published, an article on the ClickDo page or site about how to make money blogging. And then also on the SeekaHost site, I published, how to start a blog, a really long, extensive guide. So next week, I will have to use that content and try to kind of interlink it with other articles that I have written on other blogs, and just kind of like, cross-referencing those as well. Because every time you publish something, it shouldn't just be published. It should, you should really use it, and you should make the most of it, and try to, have it mentioned in different places as well. So that's another part of blogging, of course, guest blogging, or kind of like, social media, of course. So that will be another task for me next week, to share more articles on social media, and to just kind of, get it out there more, because I want to obviously reach more people to learn how to blog and how to create a website, and to inspire them as well. So hopefully this will help you as well. If you see this video, I will do another one next week to tell you how I go on with my tasks and my goal, if I have achieved it or not. So I hope that's going to help you understand how the process works a bit more. And I just hope that following me on my journey will help you to make the most of it, and to kind of, think about how you can do it as well, with your blog or with your website, or whatever you have in mind to do. So thank you very much for joining me for this one. And I hope I can, answer your questions. If you have any questions, obviously drop them, and I'll try my best to answer them. But you can, as I said, find lots of resources on the blogs that I showed you, and you can, of course, here on my YouTube channel, you can ask me any questions as well. So I wish you a great week, an inspiring week. Try to to reflect on what you want in life, who you are, and where you want to go, really. And I want to finish this video with one of my most favorite songs in the world by Mariah Carey, because I feel like this song really reflects best, what also the quote is about, creating yourself. And, her song Butterfly, it kind of gives you that message. Most people think it's a love song, but I actually I see it as an ode to oneself, to allow yourself to be free and to turn into that butterfly, like to spread your wings and fly. And I really do believe that that's her message. So I'm going to play it at the crucial part where it gets really emotional. Don't cry. But yeah, I wanna finish off with that, because I feel like that really is the message from my session today. So thank you, and I'll see you next week. Cool. Let me move this.